Welcome to the Walk-Ons Independence Bowl and part of Capital One Bowl Mania. We are in Shreveport, one of the oldest bowls in existence. Independence Stadium, just outside of downtown Shreveport. And the matchup from Conference USA, Southern Mississippi, and from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles.
To heat up the pocket for Griggs.
And they do, throwing in direction of the pressure, but no luck. They're going to lose a yard there as Parks was brought down instantaneously. So the redshirt freshman punter from Alabama, Zach Everett, will boot it. DJ Matthews, who averages almost 12 per return, awaits this one. A little bit of pressure on the rush, and the kicker is taken down. There is a flag down. This punt, it was returned at the one. He grabbed it at the 1 yard line. Can Matthews get out of there? He can. He'll be brought down at the 10. Now, are we dealing with a 5-yard penalty or the 15-yard penalty? Running or roughing into the kicker means either a first down or fourth down. Referee from the MAC.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Number 11, receiving team. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First and 10.
From the backfield on a passing route or running the football.
Delayed handoff, Smith. He'll get a first down and a lot more to the 25-20. The race is on 15-10, inside the 10, and a touchdown-saving tackle there, down to the 9-yard line. Just 33 yards.
Just right up the gut. A delay here which allowed him to see that seam. He changes the way his team plays down here because of his ability to run the RPO system and threat teams with his feet.
Third and goal, plenty of time. Griggs has some room to run to the left. It's the foot race. Can he beat Burns to the end zone? Touchdown, USM. There's one of the better foot races we'll watch today. Brian Burns and Quadre Griggs both racing for that pylon. And let's see if he did indeed get in.
Looks pretty clear to me, but right on cue. Griggs breaking the pocket, utilizing his creativity for what appears to be the first score of the ballgame.
And they brought out the swinging gate, then closed it. And they've got an excellent kicker in Parker Schoenfield. First team All-Conference USA, also All-Academic in Conference USA. So the big personal foul penalty changed this drive. Instead of a punt, the PAT, by the way, was missed just for the second time in his career. But the personal foul penalty kept the drive alive, and Quadre Griggs took full advantage and just eludes a defender to the end zone. USM burned one of their timeouts. They have 2 remaining in this half. Jaquez Patrick is the tailback, number 9. Four-man rush. Blackman, long throw, caught 45-yard line. First down. Tate, this time, well in bounds, made the catch, cut down by number 21, Rashawn Mitchell. First and 10, Seminoles.
The versatility of the backfield for the Seminoles.
Blackman had plenty of time. Pass caught by number 89, Keith Gavin. Gavin made the first man miss, and down to the 24-yard line, another FSU first down. As the time, receiver open, caught, touchdown, Seminoles, Auden Tate. For Tate, his 8th touchdown catch of the season.
Outstanding touch and timing from the young quarterback as you get the ISO here on Tate. Beats the jam, releases perfectly, secures the catch. And at 6'5", 225, I'm not sure you could have knocked that ball or jarred it loose anyhow had you been the Golden Eagles defender. And Florida State now up 7-6.
And the difference in this game so far, Ahmad, a missed extra point. Plenty of time to provided by the Seminole offensive line, and Blackman and Tate do the rest. He was rumored to not be playing in this game. We'll talk about that here in a second, as that's a beautiful throw. McFadden on the coverage. The catch by Robertson into Seminole territory at the 47, a gain of 12.
And spy the quarterback.
Great point, Roddy.
Big pressure here from the Noles. The slant pattern broken up. Would have been short of the first down anyway. Adams was the intended receiver. And look who broke it up. Burns was in the neighborhood, but that was Nate Andrews, number 29. That's the first miss for Griggs today. Southern missed defense. 17th in the nation in total defense. It's a good unit. Blackman down the middle of the field. There's the tight end, Izzo with a catch. Oh, man, did he get hit. That's just something he kind of ran into. He was stood up, and number 5, Walden Davis, a redshirt junior, finished him off, but Izzo will get the first down on his 15th catch of the year. Now, you're not just saying that because he's standing in between us, right? On 2nd and 4, Blackman, deep drop. He'll throw out on the flat. Catch made by Patrick. Makes the first defender miss. Makes another one miss. Makes a third miss, and he's finally dragged down out of bounds at the 33-yard line.
Now listen, I played at the University of Texas, and one of the GOATs there is Earl Campbell. I'm not putting him in the Earl Campbell category, Dave. All I'm saying is trying to tackle this guy who's busting out of the seams is you've got to bring everything you've got. I
don't think he has the thighs that big.
He does.
I can't even imagine how that guy ever fit into a pair of pants without ripping him or anything. Down the middle of the field, catch made and a big hit just shy of the 5-yard line. Tate with another great grab. Armstrong defended him. Moore is the one who hit him high and hard, but no flag. And the first down for the Noles is the 7-yard line.
Yeah, if you want to be the man and you're Tate, this is what you got to do. Catch balls in traffic. You've got this big, large frame. Utilize it at 6'5", 225 pounds.
So we go back 2nd and goal, but now we're at the 15-yard line. Tight ends come out. Now we're going to have an offsides call. Free play here for Blackman. And there's no defender for Akers. He'll walk into the end zone. Touchdown. Let's make sure it's an offsides call.
Offside. Number 9. Defense. Penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
So more red zone success for the Garnet and Gold.
And that is 22 consecutive red zone chances, and they've scored on 22 in a row. Great job of slipping Akers out to the flat. This is a bust defensively. That's a guy that you don't want to lose track of, and for the Golden Eagles, they do, and it cost them giving up a touchdown.
Oh, and a doink on the PAT. So we have had 2 point-after touchdowns from very reliable kickers missed. The goalpost, and the never loses these battles. As Chris Berman would say, doink. Yes, if you're an O.J. Simpson trial person, as Roddy mentioned at the start of the show, Ito, he was named. That's not on his birth certificate, but that was the nickname he was given as a baby. He's in motion there. They fake the jet sweep, and Griggs goes the other way. He'll get to the 30, and he is embraced by Tavares McFadden and dragged down at the 31-yard line, but it's still going to be a first down.
He's packing a punch.
He's averaging almost 8 yards per carry on 3 tries. Has some time here. Can't find an open man. Now down the middle in the double. Oh, look at the receiver. Find the ball. Then it's dropped, and it's going to be ruled incomplete. Quez Watkins had his hands on it. He did a remarkable job to find the ball, but ultimately he could not hang on. It's 2nd down.
I'm glad you talked about his spotting ability when the ball was in the air, because this ball was underthrown. He had to come back. And the defensive backs for Florida State, particularly Nate Andrews, who's coming underneath to provide underneath coverage, just overruns it.
Great players. I told one of my buddies the other day, there's some toys out there to work with now. Great players. We just got to get back to playing team football, and playing with passion and being excited about
And right on cue, Willie, as soon as you said that, we just saw Akers make a play that very few people can do. He was absolutely trapped behind the line and is able to burst into the clear for a 32-yard gain.
It's so important that we get the right fit, for what we want to do at Florida State. And like I say, I got a lot of options. I just want to get the right guys in there to help us lead these young men.
Well, there was a drop in the end zone, receiver wide open, unable to hang on to it. Made 15 of his last 16 field goals. Haven't had kicked that many lately, actually. Only one since November 4th, the Syracuse game. And this one is true, so the Seminoles expand their lead to 16-6. We want to thank you, Willie, very much for your time. We want to wish you the very best in Tallahassee with the Seminoles, and I know everybody in Seminole Nation is very, very excited.
You're one of the guys that helped set what Florida State football is. What does that mean to you?
Just the work ethic, the knowledge of the game, and then you have fun. Some kind of way they got it mixed up. They try to have fun, and they don't understand the work ethic and the knowledge of the game. We got to get back to the basics.
Absolutely. It looks like you guys just recovered a fumble, so you may be good luck for this Florida State team.
I don't believe in luck, but I believe in hard work. And Coach Saggett is awesome. I'm there behind him 100% of the way, and I'm happy to be back here.
Play action fake to him. He stays in the block and does a nice job. There's the throw to tight end Izzo, and he'll get the first down at the 10-yard line. And Patrick just adding to that NFL resume, that time as a blocker.
But a good connection there to his tight end Izzo.
They bring in the fullback, Neighbors, number 32. He'll swing out of the backfield and throw to the end zone. Caught, touchdown. 23 straight red zone scores for the Noles, and Tate with the grab.
A complete mismatch in the red zone. If you are going to go man-to-man with Tate at 6'5", 225 pounds, that time there, he wasn't even covered. But when you do, it's not a good matchup for the defense because of his size, his leaping ability, and his ability to also attack the football in the air and haul in those catches. Another big red zone play from Tate.
Well, that is 2 touchdowns for Tate. 3 touchdown passes by Blackman. And PATs have been unintentionally exciting today, but that one was drilled down the gut by Aguayo. So Florida State is on an offensive roll right now. And if you wondered if they were going to take this game seriously, the answer is clearly yes. Play action fake. Plenty of time now. Blackman on the run. Hits Patrick, who's open underneath. And Patrick, again, showing how hard it is for one person to bring him down. Gets to midfield for a gain of 10.
That was an excellent decision from the young quarterback, Blackman. But they will see major benefits come off of that next season.
This will be Akers. Look at him bounce this outside in one beautiful motion, where he is finally cut down at the 23-yard line. And he has just set the freshman rushing yards record held by Dalvin Cook, which was 1,008. This would be 39 yards. And the breeze that we had earlier, right now, those little orange flags in the goalposts are pretty quiet. High snap. Very well handled by the holder Jackson, and Aguayo is true. So Florida State building on their lead, 26-6. We'll see what Southern Mississippi can do when they get the football for the first time in this quarter.
And most importantly, these student athletes having to endure another coach coming in and getting used to Willie Tiger.
Griggs, that's a tough throw into coverage, and it is incomplete. The coverage that time by number 14, Kyle Myers, who had a critical breakup earlier, trying to get it to Isaiah Jones.
Both of those guys were doing a nice job of getting his pads and making it difficult for him to get off the line of scrimmage.
Everett into punt. Oh, they'll throw a fake, and this is going to work. This is going to be a first down and a whole lot more for Southern Mississippi. They needed a spark, and they throw it to Alan Fales Jr., who is a linebacker, and it's a trick that succeeds.
What a gutsy call.
And a nice pass by Everett.
From Jay Hobson. You know, this is not the area where you expect a fake, for sure. Normally in between both 20s, but it sets up perfectly. Executed to perfection. And he's playing in his last game as a Florida State Seminole.
He'll be missed. A leader, but in a quiet way. Now Griggs in some trouble here, stumbled a bit, goes back and just missed the receiver who would have had a first down. Robertson had that pass connected. He was right at the first down marker at the 45-yard line. So I don't know if they have another fake plan here for Zach Everett.
Well, let me preface it by saying if you're a top 10 pick, I understand the potential of maybe you trying to preserve your body.
That's a great catch coming back to the football there by DJ Matthews, and a first down at the 41-yard line.
And to avoid the risk of injury. However, now, with guys that aren't top 10 picks, I really have an axe to grind with them. Partly because the bowl game is all about coming out here, having a good time, wrapping up the season with your mates. The memories that are created at bowl games, and I played in all 4 of them, are some of the best moments of my life. That being said, I also think you can improve your draft status by playing. And I really have an issue with this. And so James, I can understand as James Blackman finds his tight end Izzo for another first down. I love the fact that this is possible now.
I can't be mad at you whatsoever for protecting your body and protecting, honestly, the investment that you've made in your football career. So, I certainly don't like it if it happens on a large scale and you see guys lower down start to do it. But for those guys, first, second-round picks, hey, man, go get your money. We expect everybody to treat this like a business because, again, they're steps away from millions.
They've got some bulk in the backfield now. And Patrick so hard to bring down, and they can't do it until he gets in the end zone. They added Frederick Jones from the defense, number 55, to lead the parade of blockers. Patrick's so tough, and Florida State has blown this game open.
Well, here's a guy today that battled through some injuries this year. He came out, and we asked him, we said, why did you play today? He said, you know what, man, I just love playing ball. I am not going to miss an opportunity to play one more time with my guys and to be out and to be able to send this team out the right way. I admire that type of courage and confidence in your ability to keep yourself from getting injured, but also the effort that comes along because he is an NFL prospect as well.
Oh, with that size. Oh, man, absolutely.
Beast.
Jacquez Patrick, you might see him on Sundays sooner rather than later.
I know people in the ACC are hoping that this young man decides to take his talents to the NFL, but for those Seminoles fans out there, they'd love to see him and Akers at it one more year together.
So on the ground, it's Smith trying to bounce off tacklers, and is he ever? What a great run this is by Smith down the sideline and right around midfield. He has run out of bounds. That'll be a 24-yard gain and a tremendous run by Ito Smith.
Yeah, this guy's patience, as you alluded to earlier, Dave, watch him. He's as patient as a parent dealing with a toddler. He just takes his time.
And in his career, those 2,300-yard career games ties him for third place, active with Nick Chubb. That's how good Ito Smith has been. He really hangs with some prestigious football players in his career. He'll get the direct snap. Now they'll run a trick play. The throw back to the quarterback, Griggs. The throw came from Staggers, and Griggs was wide open on the near sideline. So the second time we've seen Southern Miss succeed with a trick play.
Yeah, he tried to dupe. Griggs did the defense by coming out, pretending as though he was checking the play off, and it was just a direct snap to Ito Smith.
He is listed at 5'9", 193. Ahmad, is that going to be any kind of drawback for the pros?
Not when you're running like that.
One-on-one, breaking into the end zone, past McFadden for the touchdown. And Robertson gets away to make the grab for 6. So Corey Robertson and Tavares McFadden have had their own game going on, and Robertson gets the best of it this time as the swinging gate is set up by Southern Miss. Florida State covering it. And now they close the gate. Parker Schoenfield is out. He missed a PAT earlier today. Very surprising. He's an excellent kicker. And he blasts that one straight and true. The 33-point run broken by that touchdown.
Yeah, McFadden here, it appeared as though he was anticipating a back shoulder fade here. You watch him in the ISO, and he's going to turn over his left shoulder rather than turning over his right shoulder and pinning the wide receiver.
So I wouldn't be at all shocked here if Bourgeois tries something short. There it is. And it's caught by Florida State. There's a flag down. Might be an offside here. It was caught by Carlos Becker III. And for half a blink, I thought he might take it all the way. Well, I announced that game. And yes, and you played Fresno State too, which didn't help. To the end zone. Catch made. Touchdown. Auden Tate's third touchdown of the day. That is a season high for James Blackman with 4 touchdown passes. And that is also an Independence Bowl record.
Wow. And he's going to the largest wide receiver on either roster. Auden Tate, 6'5", 225. Can't say enough about his leaping ability, his ability to tack the football. And that time there had several inches on the defensive back. And made him pay with perfect timing on his jump. Great coordination along the sideline.
Oh, and a snap did not go well at all. There's marker down, however.
Yeah, and Tate, as a 5'8", former cornerback for the University of Texas, these are the types of players you struggle defending. You've got to have great timing, mental toughness. This time here, Auden Tate once again finding pay dirt on a beautiful grab for his third of the day. With the right pieces coming back, this team could be back where we know them to be with a prominent record.
They'll option it. Absolutely not. This is going to be a significant loss. And Stanford Samuels III, just a freshman out of Pembroke Pines in western Broward County, diagnosed and destroyed the play.
I can tell you one thing, he's not as scared. We've seen him make a few plays today. He is fearless on the edge. He comes up, he hits, he tackles. A complete defensive back prospect.
See if Cosentino can, what he's going to be able to do here. Looking to throw again. He will. Gets it. And that's going to be really close for Amir Rasul. Really close. Good snap. Good spot. Kick came out a little weird, but it's good. Not the prettiest kick of all time, but it's 3 more on the board for Florida State. 7:32 until FSU claims a beautiful trophy. So it's 4th down and short. Oh, what a hit on Washington. That will be a turnover on downs. A brilliant tackle by Florida State's Carlos Becker III to deny Southern Miss a first down. And certainly what an interesting offseason it's going to be in Tallahassee. Who will be the #1 quarterback when we do this again in 8-9 months? That's going to be fascinating to watch. And for Southern Mississippi, a terrific season in Conference USA. 6 wins in a very competitive conference. And we'll see if they can improve on that under Jay Hobson, who has done very well in his first 2 seasons. Somebody who is very committed to Southern Miss. He has proven that in his career. Our final score for the final time, Florida State 42-13 over Southern Miss. Coming up next on ESPN, a showdown between Iowa and Boston College in the Pinstripe Bowl from the Bronx. But first, we're going to send you back to the studio. For Ahmad, Roddy, and our entire ESPN crew, we want to thank you for watching the Walk-Ons Independence Bowl. Big win for Florida State in their 36th consecutive bowl game. After falling behind 6-0, they took over with a 33-point run en route to the victory. They finished their season 7-6. We thank you for watching. Good afternoon from Shreveport.
Check.